Okay, so we are going to be doing working with formulas, functions, and formatting in the spreadsheet. Let's click on the start. Let's click on the start and let's go on and download our instructions as well as our file. So we're going to download the instruction as well as the file. When you do that, go on and open both of them up. One is in Excel and the other one is in Word. The instructions are in Word, and then the file itself is in Excel. Okay, so so the files are coming up. Again, when you get this file, this is your instructional file. Make sure you click on Enable Editing. And let's put it on the right side of the screen, so you have to hold the 4 windows down on your keyboard and hit the right arrow. And then let's go on and open up the working file. Click Close. And make sure you click on Enable Editing over here as well. We're going to put it on the left side. Hold your 4 windows down and hit the left key. Raise your... Okay, so the first thing we want to do is we're going to save. It says Getting Started. We're going to save our file with the 2. So we're going to do File, Save As, go into your Browse, and then click on your Documents in the navigation bar on the left. Make sure it says This PC, Documents at the top. And let's go on and save this as a SC underscore and put a 2, delete the 1 and put a 2. And type in a 2 and then click Save. Raise your hand if you've done that. So you're saving it, you're deleting the 1, and you are typing a 2. Okay? You got it, Sarah? Okay. So now we've done that. Now let's go on, and it says if cell B6 does not display your name, we have to make sure that we have to reopen the file. What they're talking about is here. This is cell B6. Raise your hand if you see your name, first and last. If you see your first and last name, great. Let's go to the project steps. Okay, it says Shanice Traynor is the warehouse manager for the Roadrunner Online Warehouse in Detroit, Michigan. The warehouse specializes in automobile parts, which consumers buy from Roadrunner Online. Shanice has started to create an Excel workbook to track items in the warehouse inventory. She asks you to format the workbook to make the information clearer and easier to understand before she finishes entering the data. So it says go to the bin worksheet. So we have, at the bottom of this worksheet, we have several worksheets. I'm sorry, at the bottom of this workbook, because in the workbook you can have multiple worksheets. So at the bottom of this workbook, we have a few worksheets. It wants you to go to the bin, so click on bin and open it up. And it should look like this. Raise your hand if your worksheet looks like this. It should say bin at the bottom. Okay. So it says change the name of the worksheet tab to bin list. So to change, the way you change it, you're going to go back to bin and right click on it. And come up here and click on rename. So you right click on bin down here. And then come up here and click rename. Where did it go? And when you rename it, it wants you to add the word list to it. And then hit enter. Let me see. Rename. And it wants bin list and hit enter. Now raise your hand if it has been renamed to bin list, more of a descriptive name. Make sure that you go up here and click on the save, the disk up here on the quick link bar. Okay, so now it says bottom alignment. Bottom alignment, bottom align the contents of the range C3 to C13 to match the alignment of the other cells on the worksheet. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to cells C3, click here, and drag down to C13. Okay? Once you do that, it wants us to bottom align it. So if we're going to align something, let me see. The way you do it, you highlight C3 to C13. You go to your Home tab. Come to your Align group right here and click on this arrow, the launch, to open it up. Make sure you select your Alignment tab here. Does everybody hear, or do I need to do that part over? And then you go where it says vertical. Did it say it says bottom align the contents of the range to match the alignment of the cell. So if I go vertical and click bottom, and I say okay. Oh, it did move it. It actually bottom aligned. Did you all see that? Raise your hand if yours worked. I can do it over. Okay, so I'll do it over. So you highlight your cells, C3 to C13, and then you come to the alignment group and click on the arrow in the bottom right corner to open up the launcher, the format cells and launch, because we formatted the cells. You click on alignment here. It wants it to be aligned bottom. So we know it's not horizontally because you can't, there's no bottom there. So you definitely have to do vertically, and you click on bottom. And then you click OK. And it moves the text to the bottom of the cell. Make sure you save it. Raise your hand if you were able to do that. Okay, great. Okay, so we are now right here at number 3. It says, format the list of bins to emphasize that the information belongs together as follows. Format the list of bins. So these are, so over here is your bin. These are your bins under the column A. These are your bins. It wants us to format the list of bins to emphasize that the information belongs together as follows. Apply outside borders to the range A1 to C3. So from A1 to C3, so we click here and we go to C3 like that. It says apply the outside borders to the range A1 to C13. So you all see what I did? So that's what you want to do first. From A1 all the way to C13. You're going to highlight that. And then it wants us to apply an outside border to this range. So I'm going to open this up so you can see what I'm doing. If it wants us to apply a border, that would have to do with formatting page layout. Hold on, you guys. They said to do it is to go under the font. Oh, here it is. So under the font group, you go to borders. See that? Border, bottom border. We could have did that way too. And then you click on this down arrow and select outside borders. Everybody get that? Hello, Fatima. Are you with me? So we're going to do it again. You make sure that you highlight all of the area, and then you come up to your font group. Here is your borders. You click on that down arrow and you select outside borders. After you do that, make sure you click on Save. As you can see, you see the border on the outside there now. So we're going to change the border color. Go back to your font group. Go back to borders right here. It says change the border color to blue gray accent 3. Okay. And it should be a line color. It would make sense to be a line color. And we need to find blue-gray accent 3. So, of course, you know, you want to look for blue, and there it is right here. But when you point to it, make sure it says blue-gray accent 3. Make sure it says blue-gray accent 3. Click on it to change your border color. And then now it says what? Apply the short date number format in the number. Apply the short date number format in the number format drop-down menu to cell B15. So everybody needs to go to cell B15. Go to cell B15 and click on it. Click on cell B15. Raise your hand if you are at B15. Raise your hand high. Sarah, are you at B15? Okay. Now I need you to click. We're going to apply the short date format. So we have to come up here to the number group. Click on that down arrow. And then let's click on this down arrow here. It wants a short date format. So you're going to come down and click on short date. And notice how it changed. Did you all see that? Okay, I'll do it again. So you come to cell B15, which is right here. Are you at cell B15? Then you come up here to your number group. On the Home tab, you click on it. Where it says date, you have to click on this down arrow. And so come down here and select short date. Raise your hand if you have that and if you saved your work. Okay. In the page layout view, enter warehouse bin. So we have to first do what? We have to first go to page layout view. So at the bottom of your screen, you have a normal view. You have a page layout view. So is everybody here? You have a page layout view. Click on that to keep it in, take it to page layout view. Okay, so raise your hand if you changed it to page layout view. Raise your hand high, page layout view. Okay, now it says enter warehouse bins in the center section of the header to provide a meaningful header. So in the center section, right? So if I go to the center section of the header, you have a left side, a right side, and you have a center. Click here. Click here. And type in warehouse bins. Make sure you hit save. Raise your hand if you completed that task. Raise your hand high if you've completed that task. There are 2 more we're waiting for. You get it? You got it? All right. You save it. Make sure you save it. Okay, so now it's saying go to the inventory list worksheet. So now we need to come here and click on inventory. Come to the bottom. It's to the right of bins list and click on inventory list. Raise your hand if you are on your inventory list page. Okay, so now To make it stand out, format the worksheet title in cell A1. So we're going to go here. We have column A, row 1. Click on this title right here. Okay. It says in cell A1, so if you're at the title, raise your hand. It says in cell A1, change the font to Calibri Light. So come up here to your font group and on the Home tab, and we're looking for Calibri Light, which is right here. Calibri Light, click on it. It says change the font size to 20. You go right to the right of Calibri Light, you see a number. I want you to change this to a 20. Raise your hand if you have done those 2 steps. Raise your hand if you've done those 2 steps. Okay, now it says change the font color to Indigo Text 2. So come here where it says font group, come to the font color, click on that down arrow. We're looking for Indigo Text 2. So let me see, Indigo. That's, Indigo is like a, change the font color to Indigo Text 2. Okay, so Indigo is like up in here, you all. Indigo, just Indigo Text 2. Right here. That looks like black to me. But I do know that the color of Indigo is like a dark bluish purple. So click on that to change it. And it's going to change both of them. And then it says bold the worksheet title. So you come here and you click on B for bold. And now it says merge and center the worksheet title across the range A1 to I1. Okay, A1 to I1. So we're going to first click on A1 and highlight all the way over to I1. First click on A1 and highlight all the way over to I1. Raise your hand if you have it. Waiting for a couple more, waiting for one more. Okay, now you come up to your alignment group where it says merge and center. Click on that down arrow to the right of that and click on merge cells. My mine didn't work. Merge and center. It wants us to merge and center it. So let's click on this and click merge and center. Okay, so we're going to merge and center this. Click highlight to I, and you come up here and click merge and center. And that is how it should look. Make sure you save it. Raise your hand if you have this. Great. Okay, so now we're going to go on down to 7. On this activity, you have a lot of steps. But that's okay. Go to 7. It says resize the width of column B using auto format to display the full text of the description. So it wants us to resize the width of column B. So let's click on column B like that. And it wants us to resize the width of column B using the auto fit. So when I clicked on column B, there's a couple of ways you can do this. You can right click on it, click on column width. No, you want to do an auto fit. We're going to do it. So we click on column B, make sure that's selected. We come over to the sales group, which is here, sales group. And then you have to click on the down arrow that says format. And it wants us to auto fit it, the column. So we have to click here, and auto fit column, like that. And then you save it. Raise your hand if you did that. Okay, so it did. It displayed the full text. Okay, number 8. It says Shanice asked you to find any duplicate entries and then delete them. Respond to her request as follows. So we're on number 8. In the range A5 to A16, use conditional formatting highlight cells rules to highlight duplicate values in light red filled with dark red text. So what we're going to do is in the range A5 to A16, use conditional formatting highlight cells rules to highlight duplicate values in light red filled with dark red text. So first you need to highlight A5 to A16. Raise your hand if you've highlighted it. Waiting for you. Okay. So now after you do that, you need to come to your styles group. Right here, your styles group. And you see where it says conditional formatting? Click on that down arrow. And in bold, it says highlight cells rules. So you have to click on that. And it wants you to highlight the duplicate. So you come down to where it says duplicate values. You need to click on that. Okay. And it wants you to show those duplicate values with light red filled with dark red text. So here it says duplicate, but over here there's a lot of colors. It wants it to be light red filled with dark red text, and then you click OK. And you raise your hand if yours look like mine. Okay, do I need to go back through it again? Okay, go undo. Okay, so first you need to highlight cell A5 to A16. Do you have that? Okay. Come to your styles group and come to your conditioning formatting group and click on the down arrow. Okay. It wants you to click on highlight cells rules, because notice it says in bold highlight cells rules. So that's a cue, right? Then you click on the right arrow. It says highlight duplicate values. So you come down here and you highlight this right here. You click on it. Okay, so now in this corner it should say duplicate. Over here there's different colors, but it wants it to be light red with dark red. And then you click OK. Now, do you have it now? Okay, so go on and save your work. So that was A. That was 8A. It says delete. We're doing B now. We're doing B. It says delete the row containing the second duplicate value. Delete the row that contains the second duplicate value. So what row would that be, you guys? What row? Delete the row that contains the second duplicate value. What row would that be? What number? Look at the number of the rows. What row number would that be? Speak up, you have a class. Absolutely. So you click on 15, and it wants us to delete this row. So we're going to click on it, then right-click on it and hit delete. Raise your hand if you got that. Okay. Want me to do it again, Sarah? Okay, you click on the row that has the second duplicate value. While your pointer is still there, you have to right-click. So you click and then right-click. Then you come up here and hit delete. Did you get it? Okay, save it. Okay, number 9. So you all have 20 to do. So number 9, Shanice wants to keep a running count of the items in inventory. Okay, so she wants to keep a running count. It says in cell B3, enter a formula that uses the count A function to count the values in the range B5 to B15. So the first thing we have to do is what? We have to click on cell B3, right? Because it wants us to put a formula there. It wants us to enter a formula that uses the count A function. So I know right there we have to click on formulas, right? Because it says enter a formula. So we definitely have to click on the formula tab. It says that uses the count A function. Okay, so to find the count A function, you're going to make sure your formulas tab is selected and click on the one that says more functions and then statistical. Raise your hand if you're with me. Let me open this up. Formulas. You come over here to this book that says more functions. You click on that down arrow. And then you click on statistical. Raise your hand if your screen looks like this. Okay, so now come over here. And you need to find count A. It's right here. So what does count A do? It counts the number of cells in a range that are not empty. So click on count A so that that function argument box opens up. Okay, so we got that. We got the B. That's your answer for the count A. So we're going on to number 10. Shanice wants to display the entire text in cell F4. She wants to display the entire text in cell F4, but format it so it requires less horizontal space, making this formatting change as follows. So it says set the width of column F to 9. So first let's go to column F. Click on column F right here. It wants us to set the width of column F to 9. Right click and drag down and click on column width. Are you with me? Then you're going to type 9 and click OK. Raise your hand if you were able to successfully do that. Okay, Sarah. All right. All right, so we did that. Now it says wrap the contents of cell F4 to display the text on 2 lines. Okay, so it's really talking about this text right here. Okay, we're going to wrap that text. So let's click on our, let me go back. Hold on. Go to your home tab and click right here where it says wrap text. So look what happened. Raise your hand if you have that. Raise your hand high. Okay. You got it? Okay, so click on column F. Go to your home tab and select wrap text. Click on column F. Go to your home tab. Come to your alignment group and click on wrap text. Raise your hand if you have it. Should have it now. Sarah? Still don't have it? Okay. Okay, so we have done 1 through 10. What I want you all to do on your own is to do 11 through 20. Okay? And it shows you how it should look when you're finished. So do 11 through 20. Again, make sure that you go through the steps, because if you look at the picture below, the finished product, and try to do it, it's going to mark a lot of your answers wrong. So it wants you, it's grading you on you going through the steps, okay? Any questions? Any questions? So you got 10 through 21. If you get stuck, just Google it like I did. I Googled some things, okay? Very good. So this covers formatting a worksheet in Excel Module 2. This is Dr. Davis, and see you in the next session.